All right, that's mine, Annabelle. That's mine.
Okay.
But anyway, all right. Hey guys, good to see you all. We were just talking about a marketing tip. Um, I was on a Zoom call this week, and they called me out. They said, "Hey, what are you doing with your phone number on your thing? That's fine, but it was a real estate webinar, and there's about 113 people there from all over the country. It's with Vulcan 7. Any of you ever used Vulcan 7? First time I've used it. Vulcan 7. Nobody? No. It's a expired for sale owner. It's a phone dollar and all that kind of thing. It's pretty popular. But anyway, I went back and started using that. I hadn't been in there for years. I really had never used it myself, but we had it a couple times. But we're trying to set up a lead generation program, so I'm practicing with it. But anyway, I was in one of their meetings, and they made me change my thing, and they said, "Put where you're from." And one of the persons in the meeting has been there for a couple of years. They ended up getting 7 referrals out of the group. So that's a good point where you're from. If you're ever in another call, because you can change this on your Zoom. Like Hannah, you have Hannah on it. It's which is interesting, but it could be Hannah South Florida. It could be Hannah International, right? It could be Hannah Europe, serving Europe, whatever it could be. So keep that in mind. I thought it was pretty cool. And the group is pretty dynamic agents and stuff from all over the country. So they made me change mine to South Florida. Where are you from? So it made sense. So anyway, hey, good to see you all. What is
Peace.
special about peace, amen. Hey, what is special about today? What's so special about today? Every day special, but
We
what is
woke
extra?
up, yeah.
What is extra special?
End of the month.
AI.
AI, end of the month. Okay, good. What else? Halftime, baby. It's a break. You get 15 minutes. So who's putting on the halftime show this morning? It's halftime. It's June 30th. I told you on January 1 what would happen. I told you what happened. That the clock would keep going, wouldn't pause or stop. I knew it. I knew it was coming. I'm a prophet. See, I knew it was coming. Halftime. So it's June 30th. Can you believe it? How many hours have you spent so far this year? How many hours have you put in this year for the first 6 months? How many? Somebody quickly.
9,000 some.
Half of that. It's 8,760 for an entire year. So half of that. So 4,300 and some. So you've got those many hours. How many minutes? How many seconds? So anyway, halftime. It's halftime. Another halftime. Another half year. 2025. What a great year, by the way. We started out by talking about 25 minutes at a time, time block. How many of you, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being perfect, with everything we talked about and kicked the year off, with all the things we said to do, you should do this checklist, all the simple things that John asked me one day. If you were to tell somebody just starting, what would you tell them the first thing to prioritize? And we talked about that over and over again. But all those things we talked about at the beginning of the year, if 10 was perfect, where would you have ranked the first 6 months? On a scale of 1 to 10, all the things we talked about, talking at least to one neighbor a week, one neighbor a day, right? Or 5 a week. I'm sorry, 5 a week. So, one new neighbor, master your MLS, master your KV Core, now, whatever, what is it called now? And then we talked about those basic things, right? Then we talked about your database, making 10 love calls a week. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you rank?
2.
2, 4, 4. Oh, 4. Wow, that's good. 4.
If John's at 4, I'm at 1.
I'm at 1. Yeah, I'm at 1. From the real estate point. But let me just share a couple things with you. But before we do, now I'm just going to get it kicked off with this, and then I won't go into it. You can always go in and read it. I'm not going to read it all to you, but something for the brand new year. Okay. This is what happens when you get up at 2:00 in the morning, right? So this here, it's halftime. Okay. And it says 2025 halftime. Super Bowl ring coming? Is your Super Bowl ring coming this year? Success isn't where you are. It's about where you could have been if fully aligned with who you truly are, because that's the key. We are truly in a present moment. If that's all we take, the present moment, we're perfect. But what happens, we get so squirreled and we chase all these rabbits, we do all these other things. It's not just about what you've done, but who you've become. So that's the other question to have. When you look back, I'm about a 1 on those questions I ask, but who I've become just by keep challenging and challenging. So the second half game, here's my advice to you. Reset your mindset and your will set and skill set. You always got to reset that. I reset it about every 15 minutes. Recalibrate your soul, your mind, will, and emotions, the real you, to outrun your ego, your false self. I can't do it, too much, too many things to do. I'm overwhelmed. I'm discouraged. So let's recalibrate that again. Refuse any regret. Reject daydreaming of some magic that'll save your year. It clouds the miracles already in the present, and the present is always perfect. And then require every priority, everything that you're doing. If it's not producing peace, then there's conflict. It can't have it either way. No matter what you do, either it's peaceful or it has some type of conflict associated with it. It really does. When you think about it, it's the way you're doing it. It's not what you're doing, because if I'm working on my database, right, I could be working on it and getting it done. But if I have an attitude like, oh my gosh, this stuff is really frustrating, then that's conflict. So that require every priority to produce peace over conflict, love over fear. So if I'm doing my database and I'm really doing it, but I'm regretting it, and I'm like, I should be doing this, and I get diverted to something else, and that conflict is not very fun, right? So anyway, just come in and take a look at some of these. For the new year, it's halftime. It's halftime. Now, unfortunately for us, it's more than halftime. This was kind of a repeat here, but then I put it in, had Annabelle put it in this nice image for us. It's really, when you think about it, it's really like we got 4 months left this year. Because if you went out and got a listing today, the chances of you getting any income from it is probably 2 months from now, right? So it is halftime as far as the year is concerned, June 30th. And then I shared this with you. This was out of A Course in Miracles this morning. Halfway through the year, our next lessons make a special point of firming up your willingness to make your weak commitment strong. Your scattered goals blend into one intent. Here's the key, that your scattered goals blend into one intent. You are not, this woke me up at 2 o'clock this morning. I said, I'm intent just today. You're not asked for total dedication all the time as yet, but you are asked to practice now in order to attain the sense of peace such unified commitment will bestow. So see, commitment brings peace, right? If only intermittently. So it even says, even if it's just intermittently, okay, it's fine. It is experiencing this that makes sure that you will give your total willingness to following the way the Course sets forth. And the Course is nothing more than you paying attention to your real self, who you really are, and what you can accomplish with the right mindset, will set, skill set. And so come in and see if this resonates with you today. And then I also reposted this. How many of you have done this yet in Canva? Annabelle, get the Canva link for this, because remember I said you could modify this. This is your portal, right? That you have something to give away. It's a handout to bring people to your CRM portal or your MLS portal. You decide. I use my KV Core, my CRM portal. So I put this back in there. Annabelle, in that post, put the link to this Canva. How many of you this year have, because we started that out in the beginning of the year, have a thing to hand out, to give to someone? What happened to Felipe? He was, oh, there he is. Felipe, you used in the MLS, right?
Yes.
On yours? Yeah. So are you handing it out? Are you giving it away?
Yeah.
No, good. I know, Jill, you've been handing yours out, right? Your portal, inviting people to your portal.
I mean, I don't have it on me. I mean, I would share it. I'm not carrying
Well, yeah, but I mean, when you showed me your CRM the other day, your sphere of influence, you've been sharing your
Yeah,
portal with
yeah,
your,
and it's
yeah,
automated as well. That's
yeah,
why, I
yeah,
mean, I'm learning all these amazing things with, and I'm gonna stay with, well, now it's Bold Trail.
yeah, Bolcha.
Um, but it happens. It's just consistently, which I've
Yeah, that's it.
learned, and with
That's why I put
Kevin
that
and
flyer back in there. Think of that for this next half of the year, because it's halftime, man. Are you going to get the Super Bowl ring? The more people you can hand that to every day, is that you'll start getting them. You'll start getting them to communicate with you, and that's what we need to do. Halftime. So, okay, good. Just a quick update. I was thinking of Judy Wolf is back. Judy, you want to just share just quickly about the international market and who you were with and the benefits, and encourage. Is there something that, for this next halftime, it's halftime, that people could be doing as far as, you know, is there any possibility to get leads internationally? So share a little bit.
So we had a good trip. The first week was actually
Well,
like,
tell them who you were with, because not everyone knows that you were with SIPs, right? Certified International Property Specialist.
no.
Oh, who was
Okay,
it?
I'm going to tell you.
Okay,
The first week was kind of like a trade mission. It was in Portugal with the one of the EXP teams on the ground there, the Kaya team. They have like 22 agents all over the country. So we covered a lot of ground and went and saw specific properties.
the Kai Group in Portugal.
Yes.
They're in Portugal. Was it
Yes.
their event? Whose event was it?
Well, that was a separate thing. It was basically a trade mission trip to
Oh,
Portugal. Then we went to EXP Barcelona for the international conference
that
with
was an
with
EXP conference.
EXP. This was all EXP people.
Okay. Hmm.
So in Portugal, there were like 10 of us that were traveling around together. We saw luxury properties, investment opportunities, and various things on the ground there. And it was just really a good networking situation to really meet some people that are in other countries that now we can collaborate together. So, and learn about Portugal. So that was good. And then we went off to Barcelona where we spent a few days with all the executives of EXP, hanging out with Leo. And we had a luxury night actually in Portugal before we all went to Barcelona. That was about 100 people on the ground there. So that was a good networking night. There were a lot of agents from other countries that showed up there that went on to Barcelona.
Now, when you say networking night, what
Yes.
if someone is interested in international? They go to the CIPS, Certified International Property Specialist, is the NAR designation. You could do it that way.
Mhm.
EXP, that event, you could do that. What When you say networking, it's nice to get to know people, and it's, get to know them personally and all. But when you say networking, you're talking about with other EXP agents.
This was all EXP. I
Okay.
think something sometimes we know in the back of our head, but we don't think about it, is that we're in 27 countries, about to launch a few more, and we are a global company. We can work with anybody in any of the countries that we're in. So as you start to know people and they get to know you, they're going to refer back and forth, and same, from our side. There's one guy I met, he's in Mexico. He's from Canada, Quebec. He and his wife traveled with us. He lives in Mexico. He wants to buy a place in Portugal, and he's listing properties in Portugal, and he doesn't even live there yet. So there's a lot of opportunity since we're one brokerage to do these kinds of things. So if he has, a friend in his SOI who says, "Hey, I've got a property in Peru, can you help me?" He is stepping right into that and doing that. So it kind of is very much a mind-opening situation
Yeah. Well, yeah. That always. Yeah.
to meet people like that.
Yeah. How can you? What did you do to? How many people did you meet in total? How many cards did you come back? Normally we collect cards and they're sitting on
Yeah,
your desk somewhere, right?
I would say that personally, I made a solid 20 good relationships.
That would know.
There were 400 people there. I probably met 100,
Yeah.
but really we'll be following up with a lot of people.
So now
I
you have 20 closer connections you made.
closer connections,
So
yes.
now what are you going to do with those 20?
So we're going to start talking about how we can collaborate across countries.
Well, how are you going to do that though? You have the business cards of all these 20 people, probably?
I do.
Yeah. And
Well,
where are
they're
they
in my
right now?
phone.
Where are they right now?
They're in my phone. I don't have
Oh,
cards.
good. You put them in your phone. Okay. Yeah,
Straight in
good.
my phone. Then
Okay.
I immediately message them when I get their
Good.
information so they're not lost.
Good, good, good. Yeah, because what happens, we go to these things and there's so many opportunities. So one of the things I want to encourage you to do is one, make sure they go into your bold trails. Number two,
Yeah.
I would do my flyer for my portal. Say, by the way, so many people internationally love Florida. This
Mhm.
covers all of South Florida, and tell them where it is, especially Miami-Dade, right?
Right.
These people
Mhm.
love Miami-Dade, right? This covers Miami-Dade. I wanted to share this with you that you can send out to any of your contacts if they want a portal. Send me the name of the people you send my portal to, and I will make sure in my KV core, in my bowl trails, I'm going to put you down as the referring agent. Make sense? I'm going to put you down as referring.
Mhm.
So now you have a built-in referral partner. So now what
Mhm.
are they doing? They're promoting your business. They're
Correct.
promoting your business. So take it. You spend all that money. How much did you got? You have a pretty big investment in this now, right? Of course, you mixed it with
No,
vacation, probably, right? Took some time off, right? Right.
no, I did
Oh,
not.
oh, good. Okay. So what did it cost you in whole? Just a wild number, just out.
Probably $4,000.
$4,000. Okay, so those 20, will they be worth $40,000 by the end of 2025? Yes, the answer is yes. If
The
you got
answer is
20,
yes.
if you got well, only if, right? Only if you truly now work them. This is one of the things that Darren Hardy put in such emphasis. He says, what we do, we go out and do a bunch of activities, and that's all we ever do. But we don't ever think, I have one purpose: capture a name, then start loving on that person. Start really making sure that person knows they're important to me, right? So, and then you want to put them in your bold trails that they hear, and you want to give them a flyer. Say, please send this out to all your people. Give me all the people you sent it out to. I'm going to put them in my bold trails, because you could do that. You can mark it who it came from. And now you have this built-in referral of 20 people that, let's say they only know 20. How much is 20 times 20, anybody?
400.
400 people. Now, 400
Mhm.
people, you spend 4,000. How much is that per possible contact? Think about that way, right? That's what you got to do, is crunch the numbers. All these big people. How many of you know the name John Cheplack? John Cheplack. Anybody? Do you know John Cheplack? John gets paid probably. He won't walk into a real estate company or a team if it's not $150,000 or so commitment immediately for a short period of time, right? And this is the way these guys think, right? Is numbers, 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 numbers. John won't work with anybody if they don't carry their P&L around with them. If you were on a call with John right now and you were one of his clients, he would say, what did that cost you? If you didn't get him to the cents what that trip cost you, you're in trouble. Because it's all about numbers, 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 right? Because we're in the numbers game, we're in the information game. And then we're in, of course, the people game. And then when you take Darren Hardy's emphasis that, all this money, time, and energy, and effort, not money, all this time and effort and energy we spend on social media trying to get likes and that kind of thing, but we don't take names and then love upon them, right? And direct marketing. So that's why I put that flyer back in there this morning. Make sure you have your flyer to hand to people, and you can start giving it to them. Dana, you're not even licensed yet. Can you do anything with that flyer? Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, you could take my flyer and you say, hey, this is my mentor in the real estate business. I am really getting ready to really come out, and he's helping me and assisting me to get ready. By the way, is somebody you really ought to connect with, and you send me every name and list, and you're going to get all the commission of it. I'm just going to now help you build it up because you're on in my team. So you don't sit back and not make contacts with people for this the second half of 2025. We talked about that in the very beginning of the year. At least 10 love calls a week, and that's minimum. Because that's what happens. In 6 months from now, you go, oh my gosh, I got 4 deals out of those 20 people. And you'll get that $4,000 back very quickly if you work them. Yeah. You just got to crunch the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It'd be interesting if you do that. Will you make a commitment to do that?
Sure.
Okay. When you make that commitment, let me know next week and the week after, as you write these people, say, by the way, you text them, by the way, please check your email. I sent you a link and here's what it is. There's a lot of people interested in South Florida. Whoever you send this to, please send me your name. Have ChatGPT write it out for you. Please send me their name. I'm going to register you in my database as a referring agent. And I'm going to be giving you, since we met over there, I'm going to be giving you 30% referral fee. So now they go, wow, she's building a referral system for me in South Florida. That's pretty cool.
Brad,
Yeah.
I just wanted to add, Judy, are you using the Bold Trail at all? Because there's something as well you could be doing. Are you using KV Core now?
No. I mean,
it's
it
okay.
was just
I just
starting
wanted-
before I left. It just turned over and I've been gone. So
No, just a suggestion
Haven't done
about
anything.
you maybe creating a, there's campaigns, like
right.
kind of stuff. So
Sure.
that's a good way to, automate it and as well, keep in touch.
Yeah. So, that's the thing that we all need to do for our second half, is that, just think, on the one meeting I was in with Vulcan, their emphasis is get a listing, because every listing has babies, right? So every activity you do, if it's not able to have babies, don't do it. Just because you post a social media post, that's not going to have any babies. It might give you some exposure, but if you're going to put something out on a social media post, I'm not talking about social media posts where you're trying to make babies. When you put a social media post, say, will this make babies maybe? Will I get someone to make a contact? So when I make that contact, I then can love upon them and that we fall in love and that we're together forever. So that's the mindset you want for your next 6 months of the year, right? That's your mindset. So, all right, cool. What else anybody have?
Judy, can you tell us a little bit about the EXP Barcelona too? How was
About
it?
the what? What was it?
EXP Barcelona?
Oh,
Can you hear
Barcelona.
me?
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I highly recommend, if you have any interest in international, that you go to one of the international events. So, right now it was only 400 people. Last year it was 200 people. So next year is probably going to be 600 plus. So the bigger it gets, the less intimate it becomes, but they do a really good job of keeping us together. You're with a lot of big thinkers that have been very successful in the company. I took my friend and the person who will be my first in my organization with me, and her mind was blown, and she's like practically ready to move to Portugal and and join EXP, obviously. And just the people that we got to meet that are super successful and pouring into us their ideas and how they got there. It's just something that, to me didn't happen. I've only gone to the Miami EXP Con. That is such a big event that it's a different feeling. So you're with people. They also announced in February they're going to do a South Africa one. So I bet that will be kind of small. So if you're excited about that, that would be a great place to go, and just really hang with people that are doing a lot.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, South Africa, Africa's doing well. The
Yeah.
broker over there, I got to know him. I had one agent in South Africa. It didn't work out. Because they have this tier system with your license and stuff, and he never stuck with it. But I got to know what's his name? Tom. Anyway, great guy. Did you meet him over there? Was he there? The broker from South Africa?
Stephen Johnstone.
What's his name?
Who?
Stephen Johnstone.
No, I forget his name. Anyway, it's been
Uh,
4 years ago.
No.
But when they first opened in South Africa, I had an agent there. But really nice people. And I think they're doing really well there. Okay, good. All right, let's bring it back down to South Florida. I have the South Florida Biz LLC, and then I have the website southflorida.biz. And networking with businesses also. John, what are you doing as I just told Judy, that if she takes those 20 people, that could become 400 people. There's nothing more effective than doing a relationship with a local business that is one way or another, or get to know. There's a guy up in Boynton. He's older than I am. He's been doing this business a long time. Great guy. But he does this, and he does a great job at it. You'll see him on his I'll have to get his link to his Facebook and post it in there. But what are you doing, John, with relationship with businesses, and is it paying off? And what are you doing for the second half of the year? What my mindset today is second half of the year. What can you do to commit to the simple things, simplify your life, multiply things, like we're just talking about with Judy. So what are you doing with businesses, John?
So this year I had to fire myself because I kind of blew it with what I used to be doing with downtown Delray. But it's on my plan for second half, which a couple of years ago I used to walk into all the businesses in downtown and just introduce myself. How you doing? How long you been in business? What are your business challenges? And what I found real quickly was that these mom and pop businesses, they all need help.
Right.
So business owners, unfortunately, a lot of business owners don't put marketing at the top of their priority, and they think they open the door and people just show up, and that never happens. And then they close their business, and then another one opens up later. So it's on my to-do list. On my plan for this last second half is to go in and meet all of the new mom and pop businesses. Same thing I did years ago. Introduce myself, show them that I have a website, that I have a weekly newsletter, that I do blogging, I do video, I have a YouTube channel. And if they would like any free marketing, that I'm here to help. It's very simple. And I also give my link tree QR code that goes to all of my platforms. And it worked great years ago. I got lazy. But if you're doing hyper local niching for your business, it's a no-brainer. It's just something you have to do. And the other thing is Glenn Sanford and our CMO, Forsyth, they did a beautiful YouTube video that came out about a month ago that I watched over the weekend. And they really talked about that hyper local thing. The question, the prompt of the day for everybody is, and you can write this down, the prompt of the day is, when you use any of the LLMs, large learning models, or AIs, it doesn't have to be ChatGPT. I'm using Lovable now. If anyone hasn't used Lovable, get onto Lovable. Your prompt for the day is, I am a real estate agent in XYZ city. What are the top things I should be doing to promote my business locally?
Yeah.
It will give you a complete outline. It'll and also give the AI your website, give them some stuff about your LinkedIn page, stuff that you think you're doing really well in, that you're promoting yourself. Give the LLM, here's my website, here's my LinkedIn, tell me what I need to be doing to promote my business locally. And you'll be blown away. You'll be blown away.
And one other thing, we actually talked about Lovable there, and they were talking about asking your AI to tell you how to give it better prompts. So not just give it a prompt, but say, how could I give you a better prompt? And it will tell you, and you can get deeper.
Yep. Yeah, I'll tell you what what an exciting time. I every time I bring it up, I go, stop saying it, but I can't help it. It's just part of human nature, I guess. You know how your parents told you, well, maybe your parents did, but I walked 15 miles to school in the snow and all that kind of stuff. But I remember real estate, not even an MLS system. We had to wait once a week to have them delivered to our office physically. And then we had to cut them up in fours and put them in a box, and you prayed no one lost them as they were going through them. You know, and then I remember our first 300 baud computer that it would spit out one line at a time. Um, what a day and age you're all living in for the real estate business, and there's no excuses. All excuses are off the table, man. And
Yes.
if people can come in and do 45 deals the first year, if people, like Jay DeFalco, Jay was a lawn keeper, he and his wife Nikki, they're killing it, 250 deals a year up there in Ocala. And it's just because he just kept steady and stuck to it, and getting the name out there and loving on people and following up. One of his biggest deals was he answered his call on a Saturday and got those 200 listings for an apartment complex that was a professional football player. So that's the beautiful thing about this business. So this second half, if you're sitting here and you're going, there's no Super Bowl ring in sight for me for 2025, well, then make sure you do for the next 6 months. So 2026, you do get your Super Bowl ring. So all these little things, your portal, something to hand out. Do you have a discipline to when you get a name and number? What do you do with it? When you order pizza, if you do eat pizza, then why not go meet the pizza guy? If you like Chinese food and you order Chinese, why not go meet them, right? Like John was just talking about. So, John, I'm glad you said that. Annabelle, mark down for John's accountability. When are you going to start with the very next business, John?
Oh, today at 9 o'clock. I got to leave here in about 10 minutes, a
Okay.
little early, because I'm meeting the
John,
first
next
business
week,
owner at 9
John's going
o'clock.
to report on his business contacts this week.
Yeah.
The other thing is that, and I haven't brought it to the group yet in total because I'm still working on it. And that is that, and we're still testing this. It's a company called Town Sites, and they do all this work for me. They write all the letters, letters, so I can then go into this business and say, hey, look, I want to let you know I featured you on SouthFlorida.biz. Now I have the exclusive in all of South Florida. So like with Del Rey or another one, but all this stuff is written for me, and then of course it ties into to my KV core. So you're going to be hearing more about this, okay? But meanwhile, John, when you go out, say, by the way, are you familiar with the South Florida Biz .biz mastermind group for small businesses? Because I'm starting a nonprofit small business mastermind group because small businesses break up more marriages, create more conflicts, create more fear in people's lives. As you said, people go with this bright idea, they open up a business, and the next thing you know, they don't have any business, but they got plenty of bills. And small business owners really need a lot of help. So I want to do that to give them exposure to the Real Estate Resource Center. So any business that you refer to SouthFlorida.biz and they want to jump in on there or they want to become a part of that mastermind group, the whole idea is that they then start referring out real estate services. Well, that would be your person, not mine. So, and then you're going to be hearing more about that. If you have a community and you want to hear more about town sites and want to get on one of the meetings, let me know because they are pretty sharp people. They're EXP people. They help you with your KV core now Bowl Trails. I'm just going to keep saying KV core. No, let me go to Bowl Trails. They take your Bowl Trails, help you connect it. They get your Bowl Trails, help you do your local service ads. They help you perfect your Google profiles, all your social media, and they're EXP people. They're real estate people, so they know what they're doing. So stay tuned for more of that. But meanwhile, if you're out talking to a business, say, hey, would you be interested in a free business mastermind, small business mastermind? If so, I'll have the person contact you and let me know to help you. Because what am I going to do? I'm going to go in and edify the heck out of John, right? And what's he going to do? He's going to edify the heck out of South Florida Biz LLC and the Real Estate Resource Center. And then once that person's in there, if it's Joe's and Sally's, florist, anything that ever comes from that is going to be his people. Now he gave him something else of value. So that's what we got to do is network. But once we get those 20 cards, do something with them and give away free portals, give away free information, educate, inspire, inform. Educate, inspire, inform these people. The other thing I heard this week too, by the way, talk about marketing. is someone was talking about everyone is talking about social media and posting, and well, I can't do that. I can't do this. Stop doing anything on social media except for documenting what you do naturally in your business. If you're doing a CMA, that's a social media post. You know, hey folks, the one really important thing about a CMA, a lot of realtors will give you a CMA, but when you do it, if they don't analyze your competition, what's currently on the market, the biggest mistake that they make is they, just look at what's sold. That's the wrong analysis. I don't do that. I analyze everything that's currently on the market. That's more important. Right, Dana? Dana, remember when you went to sell your mom's house? What is the first thing I do? Right?
Yep.
I said let's look and see what our competition is.
Yes.
Right? Let's look and see what our competition is. So that's so important that everything you do, right? It's like I came across this article and I want you to read this because I mean it. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. And this may be something you want to repost and say, hey, if you're looking for someone that really can be helpful in the real estate business, I really recommend this guy. He's my mentor, whatever you want to call me, whatever position you are. But this article right here, I read this and I got disgusted. I
I couldn't read it. I didn't want to subscribe.
Well, no, that's okay. Well, it's just not. It's not that it's Glenn Sanford. It's not that it's the CEO of Compass, but the whole industry. So I said, you know what? This is ridiculous. So what I did, I went in here and I said, wait a minute, I'm going to take time, take what I do anyway. Where's the article in about? Oh, where's my article? I don't see it. I mean, my writing. Let's raise the bar. Where's what I wrote?
On your profile.
No, but here. Where is it here? This doesn't do any good. We posted this article. Twice we posted it. Anyway, let me go to LinkedIn then.
I saw your post about
It's on your
you
profile,
had a
the main
paragraph.
one, main profile.
No, but in that, okay, hold on 1 second. But anyway, my point in this, with your social media work that you're doing, you know, and with ChatGPT today, if you have an opinion on something, like doing a market analysis, Olivia, you're doing a market analysis today, right? Take time to do a quick social media post about it. And, where do I see my last article here? Here it is. So what I did, I said, you know what? What are the things that really frustrate me about the industry? And I was very kind. I wasn't kind at first when I wrote it, but ChatGPT, I said, hey, I got to be more soft because I might get fired. But I just gave my opinion. And matter of fact, I got someone called me from Ocala on this, a broker that used to know me in Boca. He said, Fred, you're doing some amazing things. And his daughter has a company in Orlando, but so make sure you do, whatever you're doing. Brian, what could you do on a social media post you're doing normally every day? Right? What could you do? Right now you're struggling with your Google profile.
I got it unsuspended.
Hey,
Yeah.
attention small businesses. I want to tell you something. If you need some help with small, but let me tell you what I've been through. Oh my gosh, that's a great social media post. Stop all the nonsense. If I see one more agent get in there and bat their eyes, let me tell you what, but to do something that what you're doing every day. Every single one of you are going to do something. Cheryl, you have a challenge with a real high-end luxury property, right? And it's family. So you should do a social media post today. Say, don't deal with your damn family. No, just kidding. But here's the chance saying, wow, one frustrated real estate agent, but I'm not going to give into it, right? And then go to ChatGPT, write an article, say, I love my family and they've had a challenge with this house, but we are now conquering this. So you're going to compliment them. You're going to edify them. Now you've promoted your $3 million listing, or not 3 million. How much is it? 6?
We have it at 6.5. We lowered it.
So now you've promoted your 6. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So this one guy, because I took time and tuned in on this video this week, I even said when I went to click it, I go, oh my gosh, I don't need another. But I said, I'm going to take 10, 15 minutes to listen to this guy. Oh my gosh, that one comment. He says, stop posting anything if it's not part of your normal daily routine and activity. You're doing so many wonderful things, but you're not telling anybody about the real stuff. You're putting all this nonsense out there. And it made so much sense. It made so much sense. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. like Felipe. Are you still in North Carolina? Are you still in North Carolina?
I'm back down in Florida.
Oh, back in Florida. But a lot of people go up there, oh, I'm in North Carolina. But who cares? But what you do is say, hey, listen, one of the things about the real estate business is the ability to expand beyond just your local market. Because I attended one seminar, one webinar dealing with real estate, I was able to retire. I was able to leave my position, my executive position that paid me over $365,000 a year, because I now have real estate in many multiple places. If you really want to learn how to invest, here's where I am. I'm in North Carolina at my property, because you were going there anyway, right? So think about that. I just thought that was, the guy was, at one point I went, oh my gosh. And it was a free webinar I went to. Actually, they were trying to sell a program. He said that one thing. I said, thank you very much. I don't need to buy the program. It's just like I told who else? I told you that last week, Olivia. Our job is to go out and seduce people. That was Darren Hardy's. His entire webinar, the most important thing that I heard him say was stop explaining, start seducing, right? With your messages, right? And with your marketing, and always direct advertising. You're always asking for something. You're offering a solution, like the CMA I just talked about. John can offer a solution to small business. Hey, by the way, if you're interested in a small business mastermind, I'll be glad to connect the guy with you. Blah, blah, blah. So let's just keep whatever we're doing every day, whatever day. I don't care. Dana's sitting there. She doesn't have a license yet. What's she doing in the real estate business? She can do an awful lot. She can do an awful lot. Say, wow, right now, you were on a mastermind call this morning, right? Wow, I can't believe what I heard this morning on my mastermind. By the way, small business, you having a problem with your Google profile? Let me know. I got the person to connect you with, right? They'll help you. And you may say, well, what happens if I get a call? Worry about it when you get the call. Then you're going to say, Fred, what do I do? Or Brian, what? And then you just simply, you ask ChatGPT. It'll give you a report, right? So it's just such a great time. You have a business, man. It's great. So, all right. Anything else?
Yeah, Fred, there's one other thing I thought of as you've been talking. So the country leader of Italy had really good advice. The last tip he wanted to give us was, and this makes it so appropriate for those of us in South Florida.
Is that Dennis?
No, Armando Sacco.
Oh.
He said, especially in South Florida, makes sense. When you talk to somebody with an accent, ask them if they have any real estate in their home country that they need to sell. Right? What? And here, how many people do we run into a day with accents? A lot.
Interesting.
Ask them if they still have real estate, and then do a referral to an EXP agent there, and you are on your way.
Yeah. Well, interesting. That's she has little tidbits. That's good. Perfect. All right. And, now hold a sec. John's being held accountable for his marketing businesses. Who wants to go next? What do you need help with this week to be held accountable for?
I gotta finish my new website. So for a while, and it needs to finish.
You mean not Bold Trail, something else?
Yeah, something else that I'm working on. And by the way, I implore you to join us on Fridays too, because we've been getting some really awesome golden nuggets in there in that marketing meeting. Yeah. So that's what I need my accountability on this week. I've got so much travel already baked in. I'm back. I got to go meet clients about Airbnbs. I got to go to the West Coast and check out properties, but I need to finish this website. So it's going to be some sleepless nights this week.
All right. Who else? By the way, I got double the phones for the Zoom room. They're sitting in the office. I got to give them to you. You mind hooking them up for me, Felipe?
Absolutely not. I'm good.
There's two of them. Yep. I printed it off on ChatGPT, but I thought, I have somebody that's pretty darn good at it. Why would I do that, right? And mess it up.
I'll go next.
Go ahead.
Just with my postings and Google, YouTube, I'm really rolling with the content that I'm doing and putting it out every day. I've been getting a lot more followers doing it, so that's good. But that kind of a thing, and just a little more organization this week, because if I showed you what my office looks like below me, you would go,
well, I'll tell you what.
My house is perfect. Like, but this room is it looks like someone shot a bomb in it.
Yeah. Yeah, that does take away energy. You should see mine right now
It
too. I
does.
had a busy weekend. So Cheryl, it's you. Did you ever get that video posted that you wanted to do 2 weeks ago? Oh, you
Yeah.
did. Oh,
Yes.
good. Can you share it on the group? Share it in the group with us. You know, the YouTube video so we can see it. And
Oh,
again,
right.
don't
Okay,
get
the group,
consumed with
right.
so much social media. Make sure it says something. Go ahead, John.
I just have one piece because I have to leave here in about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Just one idea for everybody from a marketing perspective, because I hear the social media stuff going on. I would encourage everybody to, if it's right after this meeting or whatever, in terms of social media and posting, don't just walk into Tuesday, walk into Wednesday, walk into Thursday saying, what am I going to post? There's big ideas happening right now, whether it's a national real estate idea or if it's here in South Florida idea, whether it's a supply or a demand or issues with condos or HOAs. There's big ideas that are happening right now that if you could spend 15 to 30 minutes and go into one of those ideas and plan out the next 6 days of social media. So you have a plan for this week and you're hitting a hot topic that people need to know about right now. That way you won't have to worry about what to do, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Just give yourself 30 minutes to think about your social media strategy and batch it today, and then you're done.
Okay, one quick thing I'm changing then because it reminded me. I have 10 reels that are going out for the next 10, the next 7 days now, because I've done 3 already and it's leading up to my event that is happening at the 1650 house. We lowered the price 400,000 and I'm having a content day there. And so that's what it's leading up to, the big event. Okay. And so agents are coming out doing content and it's going to be I am doing hand invites first, and then we'll open it up to everyone else because I'm doing luxury agents.
So what's the accountability that Annabelle needs to write down for you?
Well, really that just everything that I'm doing for this event.
The event. Got it. By the way, Cheryl, one of the things too, like with your YouTube channel,
yeah.
Why wouldn't you have posted it in the group and say, please like my channel and subscribe?
Okay.
Right?
Well,
yeah. So make sure you're promoting. Always be promoting, right?
Yeah.
Always be promoting.
Okay.
And are you familiar how to promote a video on your YouTube channel to get some other likes? I mean, to get some subscribers and stuff if you need to on your real estate stuff?
No.
Ask ChatGPT, how do I promote a video from YouTube, right, to get subscribers? Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, and how many of you would like her channel, subscribe to her channel and like her video if she put it in the group? I would, right? But I haven't seen it. Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'll do that.
All right. So what else? Who else wants to? Anybody? Jill, Olivia, this coming up week. Oh, Jill, you have your hand up. Go ahead. Oh, you raised your hand. Is that what you did?
I didn't, but okay.
What do you need for this week? Help you. Accountability.
I've made great connections. That's what I've been working on with more with investors, working with that. So I just continuing. I had a big appointment and things change.
Well, your accountability item is what
my
I'm asking.
accountability is just to continue and keeping track of it and keeping on top of it. So
okay. Olivia, this week. Did you get where I don't see your buyer's kit or listing kit in the community yet either.
Called out. I agree.
Where is it?
Work. Okay, I'll work on that. Thank you.
You've been working on it for 3 weeks.
No, I'm such a perfectionist. I just am never satisfied with it. Personally.
It doesn't matter. You got to get it out.
I'll put it in.
My
hand wasn't raised.
I just hope that I'm able to tell you I had a $900,000 buyer, but I had to give it to someone else because I was afraid you didn't have a presentation to give them.
Oh my God!
Rip the Band-Aid off. Rip the Band-Aid off.
Rip the Band-Aid off. Yeah, come on. Yeah. All right, Olivia, the buyer kit and seller kit, Annabelle. All right, anybody else? Who else?
I got to post more on social, my content, and I want to boost the property this week.
Yeah, and boost the property. Okay, Brian. And then, but remember, social, put something of value, right?
Yeah,
Something that,
I have an idea. That new the new law that just passed for condos, high-rise condos.
yeah.
You
And then
know,
make sure you always finish up with saying, if you want a free copy of this report, please direct message me or call me. And then you just have it off of ChatGPT or wherever it is. Always offer
Mhm.
something. Who else? Hannah,
following-
you go ahead, Dana.
I'm following up with my
Oh.
people that I met on the trip.
Okay. Yeah. In your KV core, in your bowl trails, you're going to go offer them your portal. That's her job. That's hers for this week. Judy, offer them your portal. See how that goes and report back. Okay.
Are
Okay.
you gonna put the portal in the chat right now?
It's in there. It's not the
No.
portal. It's just a Canva. It's just an example of what
Yeah,
it looks
didn't you?
like.
Aren't you gonna put a link in there?
Yeah, the Canva
Or
link.
something?
Annabelle will do that. It'll be underneath that. It'll be in the first comment. It's already down below somewhere, but it gets lost. Even though I put up on featured. Annabelle, put that in featured too. Okay. Make sure you put that Canva link. Go ahead.
Do you think you can share that article from Inman? Because that
Annabelle, can
everyone
you
wants-
rewrite? Can you copy and paste that article? You know. By the way, look, I don't know what I pay
Thank
for
you.
my Inman subscription.
It's like 49 bucks a month.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's like crazy. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'll get around to it, but not
I
yet.
thought I
After
didn't
a
realize it was
wedding.
that expensive. I thought it was like $9 a month or something.
Yeah, I paid
wish
for
it
the
was nice.
year few months ago. I paid for the year, and it's a lot cheaper. I think it was like
Yeah.
$100, $120
That's
bucks
what
for
I
the
did.
year.
I subscribed for the year. Because they know
Okay.
if you only do it for a month, you're going to get out. That's what it was. Yeah, so annual subscription. I know I only pay about $10, $14 at the most. But you know, there's some great stuff in there to try to be aware of what's going on in the industry. But I'll print it. Annabelle, let's get that full article, and we'll put it in there.
Thank you.
I have a
The-
question for
Go ahead,
Felipe.
Dan.
Felipe, I registered for the course. I had my fingerprints done because I want to try and take the test the very next day. I'm going to school Monday through Sunday, so I want to take the test next Monday.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the state to get back to me.
Yeah. So it doesn't take long. Like I said, when I did it all in the same week. So I started my class on Monday, and then the Gold Coast, the same school that I was at, also took my fingerprints that day.
Yep.
They did everything there, and by Wednesday afternoon, I was already able to take the test and pass the background.
Okay, so then maybe today or tomorrow I'll get the okay from the state because I did apply. I've done everything and I'm just
good.
waiting. So keep me in your thoughts, everyone, because next Monday, I'll be in the meeting because my class doesn't start till 9. So I'm
Yeah.
very excited. We're gonna get this done.
Lotus, anybody else? Lotus, for this upcoming week.
I'm gonna get my client Randy into a portal, and I started last week working on a YouTube channel ideas, and so I'm gonna continue looking at that and also get into the bold trails.
Okay, cool. Hannah, anything we can help you with this week? What do you need to? What are you working on? Hannah is teamed up with Raquel. How many of you know Raquel? Dynamo Spitfire Raquel. She's on her team. Yeah. So how you doing, Hannah?
I'm all right. I think this week I will work more for Kiwi Core and my social media.
Oh, good. Okay. Hannah is from Ukraine. Really a very, very wonderful, nice person. Pleasure getting to know her. Yes, she'll do well. You know, as she gets going internationally, and teaming her with Raquel, I think was a good match. Is Raquel being helpful? Okay, we'll have to talk. Maybe it wasn't. You remember, by the way, Hannah, let me say this, and I'm going to say this all you. If someone is going to be helping you, you've got to show up. You've got to swim to them. Do you understand what I mean, Hannah? You have to swim to her.
I agree, but even last 3 weeks she didn't have any showing, so it's difficult to learn.
Oh, okay. So she may not be. Okay. Well, make sure you say to her, "Hey, I'm here whenever, you know, just keep reaching out. You know, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? So be squeaky. And I know your personality is very reserved, but don't do that. Make sure you, okay?
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then if it's not working out, you call me. You let me know, okay? I thought it was going well. I hadn't heard from you in 3 weeks, so I don't know if I don't know. So same way, if I ever offer anybody here anything, if I say I'm going to help you, and don't if you don't hear from me, call me, text me. You could have got me. You could have got me at 2:30 this morning.
I have a question, like, is it possible to be in a team with someone who is more active?
It's kind of challenging because of the language barrier. That's why I put you with Rokel, right? Because you both speak the same language, or you both speak Russian. So it's a little difficult. But let's you and I talk about it. Okay.
Okay.
I maybe I'll look around for you and see if there's someone else that may work out for you. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay. All right.
Can
Good.
you tell us what you need
Yeah,
to,
Cheryl?
like what you're trying to learn, so we can try to help?
Well, she's brand new to the business. She's willing to shadow anyone, and she's willing to even wash your car.
It's true.
It's true, she said. You see, I used to tell people that all the time in my first office I managed as a young kid. And I told them, all the people that weren't productive, you're going to go serve that productive agent over there. I don't care if you have to pick their laundry up for them. You just pour it on them. And I can't tell you how many people got a person to shadow, and it made a big difference. So she needs to shadow someone is what she needs. She's brand new to the business.
Can I make
know?
a suggestion as well? Maybe,
Yep.
what about, with EXP, maybe there's, groups that speak, Russian,
It's
locally.
right for me to speak in English. Like my English is all right, so
Yeah, or we're just saying,
Russian.
because co-sponsoring and I
Well,
mean,
yeah. Well, what you're saying is make sure it's just like reaching out to me too. Is that in workplace now? Workplace is going away soon. By the way, I'm looking at Slack. Annabelle, we got to put Slack on top of our list. I keep dropping it down. Is that what group we're going to have as a group chat? And I held off with WhatsApp until I saw what they were going to do with Slack. But on workplace, I think workplace is still open until August. Is that there might be groups from Ukrainian, European, Russian that you can network with, is what she's saying too, right? Get out there and network with other agents. So, but I'll be thinking, and I'll let you and I have a conversation. I'll talk with Rokel as well.
I have
Okay.
2 questions. At Slack, you made me think about it because I went on that call for the EXP one. And if you have a Slack already, you're actually going to be, I asked them if you can incorporate it, and they
Yeah.
said, good question. We're going to have to find out of how to do it. So I didn't know.
Well, no. With Slack, Cheryl, what happens once you have a Slack account,
Yeah,
and then you have another group that you join, it just shows up as a group in your Slack.
Yeah, you
Really?
have to switch, you have to toggle between
You
your
said you have
account
to toggle, yeah.
and
Yeah.
EXP. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Good, so I'm
it's
set.
just like school. Are you on school?
Yeah.
Same
School?
concept. Yeah, school, the app School.
Yeah.
Some of them are private, some of them you have to pay for, but most of them are free, and you're
Yeah.
in groups. Like
It's
I'm
your
in
Slack.
literally
Yeah.
like 9
Yeah, but
groups
I
on
know
School.
Slack very well. I've been on Slack
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah, it's well, yeah, you just joined the EXP group, that's all.
Yep.
So it's just going to show up there?
No.
Well, you
On
got
the left-hand side, your name, and then EXP, and they're
after
different
you sign up with
accounts.
EXP, let them know that you want to
I
be in
never
their
got
group.
an email yet. Have you?
Well, yeah, go and look at your email, put type in Slack, or go
I
to
did.
go
I
to the
thought I
workplace.
sent you, I forwarded you an email,
Yeah,
Cheryl.
but can I use yours? I mean, does it?
Why
do I
not?
have? I don't know.
It's not specific to me. It's go
Okay.
here and join. I think it's for
Okay,
everybody.
then I'll do that. All right, thank you.
Hey,
And then
Brian,
the
do me a favor. Put that in the Facebook group, please. This is the link to the
Oh.
Slack. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you click it and you don't have Slack, you're going to tell you to join Slack.
Yeah, you're gonna have to download it
Yeah.
before you could join. Yeah.
Download Slack, and then I mean I won't take time to show you mine, but I have a couple different groups in there. So
All right.
EXP, yeah, EXP will just be another group.
that John and I were talking about actually is that I should join because of some of my background with building. What was it? The green. And I wanted the green group that they have, the sustainability one. but I have to get registered for the class, the Green Dot Realtor class.
Okay.
And I wanted to know if you knew, because he didn't know, if I can do my continuing education with it.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Most likely, if it's sponsored by NAR,
Yes,
normally you
I'm gonna
will.
call today.
Yeah, you'll be.
I'll tell everybody next week.
Yeah, you'll be able to. Okay. And then, by the way, going back to Hannah, one of the things, if you're having an open house, would you please remember to invite Hannah? And
Yeah,
then
if
look.
anybody have open house,
What's that?
if anybody has open house coming,
Yeah.
Oh, I have open houses. You could come see mine, do
I
mine
would
with.
like, yeah,
Give me your number. What's your phone
yeah,
number?
Put it in the
I-
chat, Hannah.
I will
Now,
put.
now, look at Hannah, the type of agent that she is. I talked about changing her name. Look what she did already. She changed her name. You see.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a great thing that the guy told me. I didn't think about it. I was out with this big national group, and he made everyone change their name who didn't have it